So Cloud has just stepped away from the party after the destruction of the plate over Sector 7. Now he is heading back towards Aeris' house when the party catches up to him. Cloud! Take me to Marlene. You're going to help Aeris? Yeah, but before that, there's something I want to know. I gave him a little Barrett voice there for a second. What's that? It's about the Ancients. In my veins courses the blood of the Ancients. I am one of the rightful heirs to this planet. Sephiroth? Are you alright? Pull it together, man! Yeah, so Cloud's got something on his mind. Now, before we continue, we can run back here. Ooh, excuse me. And pick up the sense materia. Now, sense is a very simple materia. Basically, what it does is it allows you... I'll put it on Barrett, because why not? It allows you to basically sense your enemies, like the amount of health. I'll show you. Good explanation, Karn. Alright, so we get into a battle with this house that shoots missiles. Nothing to steal. Alright, so you use Sense, and it will tell you the name of the enemy, what level it is, how much HP it is, and then any weaknesses it has. So that's basically the Sense material. It just gives you like a heads up on any enemies you're fighting. So now at this point, this is a good part running back here to Aerith's house. This is a good part to, how should I say, level up your party and maybe make some money and get some, get Barrett's second limit break. So I might do that off screen and then have you guys join me after that's all done. So I'm gonna beat up this hill house and then fight some other enemies and then see if I can get some cash flow and get Barrett's other limit break, and then I'll have you join me when that's all taken care of. Okay? So I will see you when that happens. So last time the plate fell and smooshed a whole bunch of people, and we found out that Aeris was in fact kidnapped by the Turks. So now we're heading back to her home because we think Marlene possibly might be there. And we're going to go talk to Aeris' mom and let her know what's up. But here we investigate the church and we find these two kids. We're taking care of the flowers for the flower lady here. First of all, that sounds like me doing this video. I constantly say Also, I misread it. He just says lady. Is that okay? I don't mind. Take good care of them. Sure, yeah. So these kids are taking care of the flowers for Aeris while she's gone. Very sweet children. Alright, let's head over to, I believe it's Eleanor's house. I forget Aeris' mom's name. Because I think it's maybe not mentioned too much. First, let me deal with these rapscallions. Ryan. Listen, man. I'm not a girl at a club. Oh, these guys have... Oh, no, they don't have grenades. They stole my grenade, which is why I lit that guy on fire. Is he leaving? Did he just steal my grenade and leave? You bastard. I hate thieves. In these in the game. In real life, they're fine, right? I think they're pretty universally loved. I'm curious to see if they have something that you can steal from them. But since they just attack you once and then run, it's incredibly hard to find that out. I have no idea what to talk about. Maybe I'll just skip through this. Alright, so here we are back at the Sector 5 slum. Even with all that commotion, you went on like nothing happened. You must really have been through the mill to get that. I don't know if this person is actually talking to me. That might be a little translation situation. So the plate has fallen right next to Sector 5, or not too far away from Sector 5. And all these people have been watching the news, and so they're all kind of like jostled. Like, you know when the reactor went off, the first reactor explosion went off, everybody was all kind of like, what the hell is going on? And running around. Like, now everybody is also like, living in a place like this, you could live out several lives, and it still wouldn't be enough. Well, how about some material, make some money, and then scramble at it? So everybody here is still like kind of shell-shocked about what happened. Like, I believe this kid up here is crying. Yeah, sniff sniff. First there was a rumbling, then cracking, and then kerblam! I was so scared. You finally think you're making a living in the pits of Midgar, and then a big piece of scrap like that falls down here. What's next? Yeah, that's right, but even so, where can we move to now? So these people are saying that, like this place is such trash, but there's really nowhere we can go. Like, they just lost a shit ton of people, and they're scared too because they live on the lower levels, so the same kind of thing could happen to them. Never thought that would come tumbling down. Maybe I better walk around looking up from now on. So the person walk around looking down. Let's see. Where is their dialogue about the current situation? Alright, well, this person isn't talking about it directly, but they kind of mention, like, we only trade items for Gil here no matter what. Like, they're just saying, like, you know, no matter what happens, this is what I do. I run my store because I'm an NPC and I don't actually have a brain. Let's see what this guy who's watching the news says. The hell's up with that? I don't care if they're Avalanche or avant-garde or whatever you call them. Anyone who brings the plates down on us is nuts. So here's the thing is, once again, Avalanche was blamed for the plate coming down. So now we look like super duper ooper terrorists as opposed to the normal kind. This just in, an accident today. The worst in the history of the metropolis, but thanks to the quick response by those in charge, there were no civilian casualties. What? The cause of the accident is unclear at this time. However, according to some sources, it is believed that to have something to do with the terrorist activities of the group Avalanche. Is that a mistranslation? Because there are definitely tragedies. Alright, so there's definitely casualties. Like, we just watched people get smashed. So there's two possible explanations for that. One is mistranslation, which I don't think that's the case. I think maybe Shinra's is spinning it around. They might be spinning it for the people on the plate up above. Like the more richer people, because obviously the people down below know that people were lost. But maybe the people up above are so like misguided that they would actually believe, like, oh, this plate fell down, but no one got hurt below or whatever. So that might be some spin. Heh, I bought an item with the money I've been saving for some time now. My dream is to grow up and become a big-time dealer on Wall Market. Wow. That's some aspiration. Since I'm feeling so good today, I'll let you have this. Turbo Ether. So this is the kid that was sleeping, and we found his secret where he hides his money. If you leave his money there, he'll save up and buy that item, and then he'll just give it to you because he's a generous, amazing child who would, no real child would ever. Hey, I bought this. Here, stranger, you can have it. But that's okay. We're in video game land. Sure is loud outside. Wonder what's happening. You never know what's going to happen. It's a crazy world, so you better at least have a weapon you can depend on. Am I right or what? Yes, this guy, he's a weapon shop owner, but he just sells armor. What the hell, man? It's a misadvertising. Alright, let's go to Aeris' home, which is pristine. No problemo. Elmyra, that was it. Cloud, wasn't it? It's about Aeris, isn't it? Sorry, the Shinra have her. I know, they took her from here. They were here? That's what Aeris wanted. Why is Shinra after Aeris? Aeris is an ancient, the sole survivor. What did you say? But aren't you her mother? Not her real mother. Oh, it must have been 15 years ago. During the war, my husband was sent to the front, some faraway place called Wutai. That's going to be important for later. Everybody remember Wutai? That's where the war was. One day, I went to the station because I got a letter saying he was coming home on leave. So here's a flashback. That looks like Biggs and Jesse. But I don't think it's supposed to be them, because they would be much super younger at this point. And here's the train man, and people are coming home from the war. This is hilarious, looks like. This game has a great sense of humor. Guy comes home and lifts his girl, spins her around, and then the chubby guy comes home. And the girl lifts him, tries to spin her around. It's fucking fantastic. My husband never came back. I wonder if something happened to him. No, I'm sure his leave was just cancelled. I went to the station every day. Then one day... You used to see this sort of thing a lot during the war. Her last words were, "Please take Aeris somewhere safe." My husband never came back. I had no child. I was probably lonely, so I decided to take her home with me. Aeris and I became close very quickly. That child loved to talk. She used to talk to me about everything. Yes, Aeris does love to talk. She told me she escaped from some kind of research laboratory somewhere and that her mother had already returned to the planet, so she wasn't lonely, and many other things. Returned to the planet? I didn't know what she meant. I asked if she meant a star in the sky, but she said it was this planet. She was a mysterious child in many ways. Mom! That's an awesome transition. Please don't cry. Aeris just blurted that out all of a sudden when I asked her if something happened. Someone dear to you has just died. His spirit was coming to see you, but he already returned to the planet. At that time, I didn't believe her. But several days later, we received a notice saying that my husband died. And that's how it was. A lot had happened, but we were happy. Until one day... We want you to return Aeris to us. We've been searching for her for a long time. No, never! Aeris, you are a very special child. You are of special blood. Your real mother was an ancient. Of course I heard it, that she was an ancient. The ancients will lead us to a land of supreme happiness. Aeris will be able to bring happiness to all those in the slums. That is why Shinra would like Aeris's cooperation. He's wrong. I'm not an ancient. I'm not. But Aeris, surely you hear voices sometimes when you're all alone? No, I don't. Good cover-up, kid. But I knew. I knew about her mysterious powers. She tried so hard to hide it, so I acted as though I never noticed. It's amazing how she's avoided the Shinra for all these years. The Shinra need her, so I guess they wouldn't harm her. But why now? She brought a little girl here with her. On the way here, Sang found them. She probably couldn't get away fast enough. She decided to go to the Shinra in exchange for the little girl's safety. Must be Marlene. Marlene? Aeris was caught because of Marlene? Yeah, she was caught because you're a bad dad, man. I'm sorry, Marlene's my daughter. I'm really sorry. You're her father? How in the world could you ever leave a child alone like that? Oh, in your face. Please don't start with that. I think about it all the time. What would happen to Marlene if I... But you gotta understand something. I don't got an answer. I want to be with Marlene, but I gotta fight. Because if I don't, the planet's gonna die. So I'm gonna keep fighting. And I pity the fool who fight against me. But I'm worried about Marlene. I really want to be with her always. See, I'm going in circles now. I think I understand what you're saying. She's upstairs asleep. Why don't you go and see her? So Barrett loves his daughter, but he's also trying to protect her by taking down this super company, which is making a mess, basically, wherever it goes. Let's see what Tifa has to say about all this. It's my fault. I was the one who got Aeris involved in this. No, actually, it's Cloud's fault. Don't say that. Aeris doesn't think that. Actually, it's Aeris' fault. She kind of smashed her way into the party. Tifa feels so depressed. Elmyra's not really too up for anything. Alright. We got a case of the sads. Let's go see how Barrett's doing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're alright. Daddy, don't cry. Your whiskers hurt. This is actually super touching. Even these blocky, like, goofy-looking characters, like, convey so much emotion. That scene where Elmyra is got the letter that her father, or God damn it, I'm such an idiot. Got the letter that her husband passed away. It's a sad scene, and like Aeris telling her like don't be sad before she even knows like what is going on. That's so good. And I think that's the reason why people want this game to be remade so much, is they want like these emotional scenes like that to be portrayed clearly, you know, because these graphics, as much as they do have a lot of emotion, they do have a lot of heart put into them. Like, you can't see people's faces, you can't see people emote with, you know. So there's like this kind of, I don't want to say it's out of touch because you do feel the feelings, but like we just want it to be clearer, you know. We want to make more of a connection, to be able to see people's expressions and stuff like that. So I think that's why this game, like, was the game crying out for a remake the most out of any other game. But, of course, will they live up to that expectation? Will they be able to bring these emotional moments home? Or will they make everybody into a flying, jumping ninja who runs around and punches through walls and forget about the emotional stuff? Alright, so we can't talk to these two. They're having their moment. Let's try to step out. Cloud! You gonna go help Aeris, right? She's done so much for me. If it's the Shinra you're dealing with, I can't just sit here. I'm coming too. Guess what? Guess what? Aeris was asking me a lot of questions. I gotta read this fucking right. Guess what? Guess what? Aeris was asking me lots of questions. Like what kind of person Cloud is. I bet she likes you, Cloud. Ooh. I think canonically, I think Cloud would be like, I don't know. That's what I think. Stupid! Stupid. Alright, so about Cloud and Aeris. So, Cloud is very, he's like very, when you first meet him, he's... Alright, let me get this whole thing straight. So when you first meet Cloud, he's very cold, he's kind of emotionally detached. He's just doing a job for money. He doesn't care about anybody, right? And then, like, slowly, like, you see him, like, interact with the Avalanche members, and he's, like, kind of sometimes nice to them every once in a while. Then you run into Tifa, and he kind of acts like he listens to her. He stays, like, when she asks him to stay. Like, there's, like, these little things that show you that he might be more than he's letting on about, right? Then all of a sudden you get separated from that group and you run into this girl who is like growing flowers in a place they can't grow flowers, and she's super bubbly and friendly, and she's kind of very like kind, but she's also, she doesn't take any shit. Like, and she kind of helps Cloud to like relax a little bit. Like, she jokes around, she's cool, she's fun, and Cloud likes her, you know, and he likes hanging out with her. She's helpful, she's willing to save, she's willing to help save Tifa from this like slimy guy, and she just like kind of joins you like throughout for no reason. So I believe this sort of like touches Cloud in a way. So now that she's gone, he's like, oh, I gotta go help her. This is bullshit, you know? But also, like, she helps him to, like, ease up. And I think that's kind of an important thing. Like, both the girls in his life, like, both the girls that he knows, like, help him to kind of ease up. Like, he doesn't have to put on this tough guy act. You're going after Aeris, right? Yeah. I'm coming with you. We're going right into Shinra headquarters. You gotta be prepared for the worst. I know. Right now I feel I have to push myself to the limit. If I stayed here, I'll go crazy. You get that kind of like avalanche sound for Barrett coming down the stairs. Sorry, but can you take care of Marlene a bit longer? Yes, I don't mind. This place is dangerous now. You better go somewhere else. You're right, but promise me that you'll come back to her. Don't get yourself killed. How do we get to the Shinra building? There ain't no train that goes up there anymore. Yeah, so with Sector 7 destroyed, there's no train that goes from the slums to the upper levels now. Temporarily, I guess. Well, let's just go to Wall Market. We might be able to find something there. Let's go back in and see if we can get any extra dialogue. I mean it. Come back to her. Don't get yourself killed. Daddy, Tifa, Cloud, please bring Aeris back. No problem, kiddo. Alright. To Wall Market. The trip there is basically just us running over, so I'll probably skip this. And we'll meet up back in Wall Market. Alright, so we're back at Wall Market. I just took a rest at the inn just to get my party back up to full speed. So let's check around and see if we can find any clues to getting back up to the top plate. Of course, let's check the honeybees. Hey, it's you! Sorry, but I already heard about you. In addition to dressing like a woman, it seems like you go... That. In addition to dressing like a woman, it seems you like to smash and grind things. We only let cultured customers in, got it? Then you better leave. Don't, dude. Don't spit on me. So apparently everybody's heard about what happened to Cloud. I wonder if they heard the part where I beat up everybody in Don Cornero's mansion and basically almost killed him. Can I talk to the other guys? Or is it just this fucking dude? Yeah, it looks like it's just him. So you can't get back into the honeybee, and they just kind of block you. I thought you could talk to the other guys, but apparently you can't. Yeah, no matter what, they just kind of block you off. Alright, so it looks like I'm not going to be friends with Cornero's thugs anytime soon. I never believed that Sector 7 would ever come down. It's all dusty since the sky came down. I'll have to start over. Ah, so some fucking city dust got into his soup. I'm just checking the shops to see if there's any extra items that have been added. It came down from the sky, but the old guy who likes tanks took all of it away. I wanted some too. So this is the weapon shop owner that has a lot of junk. He basically any debris that fell from Sector 7, he collected it all like right away. That was scary. Alright, so if you visit the clothes shop, you're dressed normal today. If something else interesting comes up, let me in on it. Yeah. Now this mystery person who I still can't make out. Don't push, hooligan. Alright, back to normal. Welcome, please take your time. I was thinking maybe they would say like, oh, where's that girl that you were with or whatever. But no. Is this pile of trash getting bigger? Yes, I think so. A lot of things came falling down when Sector 7 pillar fell. Right, you're right. The owner of the weapon shop scavenged all the stuff that came falling down. Oh, is that why? He seems pretty suspicious these days. Oh, you mean he went out to the plate cross-section next to Don's mansion, right? Oh, you know? I wonder what he's doing. Yeah, it gives me the chills. The plate cross-section next to the Don's mansion. I wonder if we're gonna go there. Let's talk to the weapon shop owner. Because apparently he's being suspicious. First, let's buy mithril armor from Barrett. Equip it on him. So that he don't take the damage. Also, let's put him in the back. Why not? You going up to the plate? You better have a battery. You're gonna sell me something you just found? Hey, you knew? But I repaired it, so it's alright. Why do I need a battery to climb up to the plate? You'll find out when you get there. How about 100 gil for each? Alright, I'll take them. Receive some batteries. So this guy apparently has been climbing up to the plate and just scavenging things. Want to see something awesome? Follow me. Want to see Karn not be able to read correctly? Everyone climbed up this wire. It looks scary. Brr. Can we climb it? Yeah, it leads to the upper world. Alright! I like how I got all excited and then I read it. Alright! We'll climb this wire. There's no way we can do this. You know how far it goes up? There is a way. Look! What's that look like? Just a normal wire. Oh yeah? Well, to me it looks like a golden shiny wire of hope. You're very inspirational, Barrett. You're right. This is the only way to save Aeris. Okay, that was a bad analogy, but Barrett, I understand how you feel. Alright. fucking love these specifically these three characters in this game. You put them together and they're wonderful idiots. Alright, let's climb up past Avalanche. Up the golden shiny wire of hope. To the sector, I think it's the sector 5 plate? Oh man, this is horrible. Hey, scary, huh? Dad told me that it's the Shinra's doing. Ah, so some people do know that it wasn't, you know, that it wasn't Avalanche, that it was in fact Shinra. Okay. I forget. Here we go. It's been a while, so I kind of forget how you navigate this. Oh yeah, that wire is in front, that's why I tried to jump down. It didn't work. So here, if you go to these spots, here, maybe if I put a battery in, the propeller might work. I guess I'll just have to believe the shopkeeper. There you go. So your way is blocked here, unless unless you put that battery in. And it moves the propeller. Actually, I just remembered something. I'm gonna cut back here in a second, but I just want to check something before we go up. So we ran after those kids, but let's see what's happening in the Don's mansion. So after our little visit, apparently it looks abandoned. We can go into the side room, which this is where Cloud would be brought if he wasn't picked to be the Don's girlfriend for the night, and you can get a Phoenix down. There's actually a little scene that takes place in here where all the guys in the room kind of try to chase him down to do very unsavory things, but Cloud, of course, fights them all off and escapes, and then runs to find whichever girl was also not picked here, and then they both go to save the girl who was picked. But if we go back into Don's room, we can check and see that he's gone. And so are all his business associates. So apparently the mansion is abandoned now. And we'll stay this way until a little later in the game. Alright, back to climbing the wire. I just wanted to, show you guys that the Don is left. Alright, so we're back here. Jump on the propeller, and then we can kind of run across and get to this area. Now, if we put a battery here... Alright, so now that the battery's in this little... I don't even know what this is called. It goes up. Climb up this. Looks like the only way is to jump onto that bar. Should make it if I jump before it comes too close. Alright, well before we do that, if you keep climbing up. There's one last spot for a battery. Some people won't actually use this battery, so they can keep the batteries in their inventory. So they have as many key items that they can have, but I don't give a crap about that, so I'll put the battery in, and we get an ether. We can climb down here. Alright, so now we have to jump to this wire. So the trick is, see that little like hanging piece of debris that the wire kind of crosses over? If you hit the jump button as the wire touches it, you should land on the wire. And climb up. Oh, you can see the trains, like when the plate came down, these are the trains that were kind of derailed. Probably full of dead people. Yeah, and if you look in the back, it's kind of blurry, but you can see all the debris, all the like, you see the plates that are still up, and you can see the Sector 7 plate that has come crashing down. There's fires. You know, of course it's a big muddy JPEG because this is the olden days before they had them high-powered PS4s, but you can still kind of see that there's a lot of destruction in the background. And I can't wait to see that in the remake. It'll be much more of a sight to see. Alright, so I think we're actually going to stop right here. And then next time we will start the assault on the Shinra headquarters. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you then.